La Yashala. Majim, which means to stand. Wapanya Hakwadam, which is to turn and face the east. We'll start with the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Quadash, Hayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakwaka, Taba'ah, Ratazaka, Salaki, Ratazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Nathananaw, Lacham, Kal, Yawam, Wasalaknanaw, Kabawathnanaw, Kasalaknaw, Kabawathyanaw, Wala'ah, Tabaya'anaw, Banasayanaw, nope, Salaki, Banasaya one, a ball, Hawashanaw, Mayan, Ra, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Wahatapa'ara, 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 La'awalamyam, Aman. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth, as it is in heaven. And give us this day, our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Hakaf the power, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Baba Kushah, Nathananaw, Hakaf, Larapa'ah, Kal Maka'ala, Wakal Madawa, is that correct? Wakal Madawa, Hakak, Latahar, Hamatazarayim, Hakak, Lahaqwiyim, Hamathiam, Hakak, Al-Rakawa, Hatama'ala, Lagarashan, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, the water Aman. In the English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua. Please give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the leper. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it. Bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Barak Lanawa, Wa Yasha'ala, Wahabaya, Saparium, Barak, Barak. Ba'ashem Yahushai. Ba'ashem Yahushai. The water Amon. The water Amon. Yahweh. Yahweh. In the name of Yahushai. In the name of Yahushai. Bless us. Bless us. And Israel. And Israel. And the school. And the school. In the name of Yahushai. In the name of Yahushai. Thank you. Thank you. So be it. So be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'a. Asha'a. Ayanya. Ayanya. Al-Hahariya. Al-Hahariya. Ma'ayan. Ma'ayan. Yaba'a. Yaba'a. Azariya. 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 Ma'ayin. Ma'ayin. Yahweh. Yahweh. Aisha. Aisha. Shemayim. Shemayim. Wa'arataza. Wa'arataza. Al-Yathan. Al-Yathan. Lamawat. Lamawat. Regalka. Regalka. Al-Yanawam. Al-Yanawam. Shamarka. Shamarka. Hana. Hana. La'a. La'a. Yanawam. Yanawam. Wala'a. Wala'a. Yayashun. Yayashun. Shawamar. Shawamar. Yasha'ala. Yasha'ala. Yahweh. Yahweh. Shamarka. Shamarka. Yahweh. Yahweh. Tazalka. Tazalka. Al-Yah. Al-Yah. Yamyanka. Yamyanka. Yawamam. Yawamam. Hashamash. Hashamash. La'a. La'a. Yakaka. Yakaka. Wayarak. Wayarak. Balayala. Balayala. Yahweh. Yahweh. Yashamarka. Yashamarka. Makal Rai. Makal Rai. Yashamar. Yashamar. Afnapashka. Afnapashka. Yahweh. Yahweh. Yashamar. Yashamar. Taza'af. Taza'afka. Taza'afka. Wabawa'aka. Wabawa'aka. Ma'aitha. Ma'aitha. Wa'ai. Wa'ai. Awalam. Awalam. Aman. Aman. I will lift up mine eyes into the hills. I will lift up mine eyes into the hills. From whence cometh my help? From which cometh my help? My help cometh from Yahweh. My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. Which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold. Behold, he that keepeth Israel, he that keepeth Israel, shall neither slumber nor sleep, shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper, Yahweh is thy keeper, Yahweh is thy shade, Yahweh is thy shade, upon thy right hand, upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, the sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out. And thy coming in. And thy coming in. From this time forth. From this time forth. And even forevermore. And even forevermore. So be it. So be it. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim. Alahayim. Al-Damayalaka. Al-Damayalaka. Al-Fakarash. Al-Fakarash. Wa al-Tashakwat. Wa al-Tashakwat. Al. Kayahana. Kayahana. Awayabyaka. Awayabyaka. Yahama Yawan. Yahama Yawan. Wama Shanayaka. Wama Shanayaka. Nasha Awa. Nasha Awa. Ra'ash. Ra'ash. Al-Imaka. Al-Imaka. Ya'irayamwa. Ya'irayamwa. Sawad. Sawad. Wayataya Aitazawa. Wayataya Aitazawa. Altazapawanyaka. Altazapawanyaka. Amorwa. Amorwa. Lakawa. Lakawa. Wanayakakyadam. Backwards. Salakia. Wanakakyadam. Wanakakyadam. Magoya. Magoya. Wala'a. Wala'a. Yazakar. Yazakar. Sham Yasha'ala. Sham Yasha'ala. Awad. Awad. Kaya. Kaya. Nawa'ai Tazawa. Nawa'ai Tazawa. La. La. Yakadwa. Yakadwa. Al Yakar. Al Yakar. Varyat. Varyat. Yakarakwa. Yakarakwa. Ahoya. Ahoya. Adawam. Adawam. Wayashama Aliyam. Wayashama Aliyam. Mawa'aba. Mawa'aba. Wahagariam. Wahagariam. Gabal. Gabal. Wa'amawan. Wa'amawan. Wa'amalak. Wa'amalak. Palashat. Palashat. I'm Yeshabya. I'm Yeshabya. Tazawar. Tazawar. Gam Ashawar. Gam Ashawar. Nalawa. Nalawa. Amam. Imam. Hayawa. Hayawa. Zarawai. Zarawai. Labanya Lawat. Labanya Lawat. Salah. Salah. Aisha Laham. Aisha Laham. Kamadian. Kamadian. Kasaya Sara'a. Kasaya Sara'a. Kayabian, Banakal, Kwayashan, Kwayashwan, Nashamadwa, Ba'ayanda Ara, Hayawa, Daman, La'adama, Shayathamwa, Nadayabmawa, Ka'ara, Wakaza'aba, Wakazaba, Wakatazalmanai, Kalnasayakamwa, Ashar, Amarwa, Yarasha, Lanawa, Na'awa, Alahayim, Alahaya, Shayathamwa, Kagalgala, Kakwash, Lapanya Ka'ash, Saba'ira Ya'ira, Wakala Abba, Salahat, Haryan, Khan, Daradatma, Basa Irika, Wabasawapaka, Sabahalam, Mala'a, Panyahan, Kuala Wayabakwashwa, Shamka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Wayabahawa, Ai, Ya, Salakia, Wayakapari, Salakia, Wayakaparwa, Waya Abadwa, Waya Da'aiwa, Kaya, Atha, Shamka, Yahawa, Labadka, Al Yawan, Ka, Ha'aratazah, Aman. In the English, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh. And hold not thy peace. And be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult. And they that hate thee. Have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel. Against thy people. And consulted. Against thy hidden one. They have said, Come, and let us cut them off. From being a nation. That the name of Israel. May be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together. With one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom. And the Ishmaelites. Of Moab. And the Hagarene. Gabal. And Ammon. And Amalek. The Philistines. With the inhabitants of Tyre. Asher also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah. Do unto them. As unto the Midianites. As to Sisera. As to Jabin. At the brook of Kison. Which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like a red. And like Zeed. Yea. All their princes. As Zabah. And as Almunah. Who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. O my power. Make them like a wheel. As the stubble before the wind. As the fire burneth the wood. And as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest. And make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame. That they may seek thy name. O Yahweh. Let them be confounded. And troubled forever. Yea. Let them be put to shame.
Let them be put to shame.
And perish.
And perish.
That men may know.
That men may know.
That die.
That die.
Whose name alone.
Whose name alone.
Is Yahweh.
Is Yahweh.
Of the Most High.
Of the Most High.
Over all the earth.
Over all the earth.
So be.
So be. Blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Why Yahweh Shah.
Why Yahweh Shah.
Why Mayaka Allah.
Why Mayaka Allah.
Why Allah Hayyak. Why Allah Hayim.
Why Allah Hayim.
Matazab Ya'ah.
Matazab Ya'ah.
Alawap Yahana.
Alawap Yahana.
Ha Alawapyam.
Ha Alawapyam.
Ha Saranyam.
Ha Saranyam.
Ha Kotazayanyam.
Ha Kotazayanyam.
Ha Kayayoyam.
Ha Kayayoyam.
Wa Akwapyam. Salaki. Wa Ha Akwapyam.
Wa Ha Akwapyam.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah.
Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah.
The Wada Amman.
The Wada Amman. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shah.
And Yahweh Shah.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commanding General Yahana.
Commanding General Yahana.
The general.
The general.
The captain.
The captain.
The officer.
The officer.
The trooper.
The trooper.
And the sister.
And the sister.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be.
So be. Sar, which means to turn. Shavim, which means to be seated. We're going to be reading from Genesis chapter 2, starting in verse 1. Wayakawa. Hashemayim. Waha Rataza. Wakal. Tazaba'am. 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 Genesis 2, verse, last word in the first verse. Tazaba'am. Come. Verse 2. Wayakal Alahayim Bayawam Hashab Ya'aya. Hashabaya Aya. That's Mala'akafwa. Mala'akafwa. Ashar. Aisha. Wayashabah. By your woman. Hashabaya Aya. Makal. Makala. Mala Akafwa. Ashar. Aisha. Which he has made. Okay. Verse 3. Wayabarak. So like in Wayabarak. Alahayim. Af Yawam. Shabayaya. Wayakodash. Come. I sanctified it. Come. Akwa Kaya. Kan Shabbat. Kaya. Osalakia. Kawa. Bawa. Salakia. Bawa Shabbat. Makal. Mala'akafwa. Sabbath. Rest. Call. Work. Come. Ashar. Bara'ah. Alahayim. La Ashawah.
That's what he has made. Elohim Bara'ah, that's he's creating. Elohim, this is who's doing the work, the powers, the angels doing the creating. From Aisha is to make. La Aisha Wa, the things that were made.
Verse 4. Allah, Salakia, Allah, Hawa, La, Wa.
That's a thought.
Oh, Salakia. Fa, Waladwa. Fa, Waladwa, Hashemayim, Wa, Ha'arataza,
Earth, the generations of heaven and earth. Waha Arataza.
Wa, Ha'ba'aram,
That's a ba.
Ba'a, Bara'am. Bayawam,
In the day, they were created in the day.
Ashawaf,
Shawah, that's being created. They were created.
Yahweh, Alahayim,
The most high power.
Arataza, Washamayim.
No, Slavic. You're right. Slavic. We got things that were being made. The most high power rested from what was being made because Alahayim, the previous verses, were doing the work. The most high checks it out. He gave the orders. He's resting from all the work that he gave them orders to do. So this is what's happening. Now we'll start explaining. So go ahead.
Verse 5. What call Shayach, Hashadah, Taram,
Shah is the field, I believe.
Taram, Yahaya, Yahaya, Ba'arataza, Wakal, Aishab, Hashadah, Taram, Yatazamach, Kaya, La'ah, Hamatayar, Yahweh, Alahayim, Al, Ha'arataza, Wa'adam,
Over the earth.
Wa'adam,
No man.
Ayan, La'adbar,
La'ibad.
Salaki, La'adbad, Af,
La'ibad is to serve or do service.
Ha'adama.
Right. It wasn't a man to service the earth or till the ground. English, to till the ground, someone has to service the ground or the earth. There wasn't anyone. All right, keep going.
Verse 6. Wa'ad, Wa'ada. Wa'ada, Ya'ala, Man, Ha'arataza, Wahashakwa, Af, Kal, Panya, Ha'adam.
Right. The face. And yeah, it's the face.
Right. Verse 7. Yayatazar. Wayayatazar, Yahweh, Alahayim, Af Ha'adama, Ipar, Man Ha'adama, Wayapach, Salam, that's correct. Wayapach, Ba, Payawa, Ba Payawa, Nashama, Nashama, Hayayam, Wayahaya, Ha'adam,
Adama. Adama. Still man. Adama. So you get Adam. Man.
So there's a high there. I thought that's when you said Adama. I think it's early in the verse.
You looking at the end of 7? What Adam?
So
And man became a living.
I asked you.
Line of Posh. Okay, living. So okay, go ahead.
I asked you. Ha'adama, Lana Posh.
Oh. No. Adama is Adam.
Right, that's right.
It's Adam's name. It's the same word, but one is just a name. Come. He's gonna become a living soul. Lana Posh.
Lana Posh, Chaya.
Yeah, that's Eve. Eve is living. Lana Posh, Chaya, living soul.
Come.
So now, all right. So that's 7.
That's 7.
Awesome. Okay.
And in English, again, this is Genesis chapter 2, verse 1. Thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the host of them. Verse 2. And on the 7th day, the Most High ended his work which he had made.
Right. 7th day is the Sabbath. The Sabbath day, we're in the 7th day. It's the best day of the week. Everyone who wants to do something plans it on the Sabbath day, which is Saturday. Right? Keep going.
And he rested on the 7th day from all his work which he had made.
He rested from the 7th day. That's why instinctively, everyone everywhere wants to or plans to be off on Saturday. They don't do it on Sunday. They don't do it on Thursday. They don't do it on Wednesday, Tuesday, and Monday, because the Lord set this up in place from the very beginning. And no matter what anyone wants to think or believe, everything that he created functions exactly the way he created it. All right? So everybody want to be off on Saturday. Everybody want to plan everything on Saturday. The big event is Saturday. You understand? So keep going.
Verse 3. And the Most High blessed the 7th day and sanctified it, because that in it he had rested from all his work which the Most High created and made.
Right. Now, in English, it's saying he rested from all his work. Let me see what you got.
Because that in it he had.
Right. Because that, and let me see if it's one. All right, keep going.
Verse 4. These are the generations of the heavens and of the earth when they were created.
Right. These are the generations. So this is not something that's happening Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, like the Christian church teaches. The precept in the Bible, the scripture says in the New Testament, a day to the Lord is like 1,000 days to man. It's not a definite period of time. It is a long period of time. It's not 24 hours that this is happening. This is a series, a period of time. Things are being created. You understand? This is how it happened. These are the stories. Keep going.
In the day that the Most High Power made the earth and the heavens.
Made what?
the earth and the heavens.
So he made the earth, and spell that last word you just read.
Sir. Heavens.
Very important. Your entire life of going to church, learning from Christians, hearing about the Bible, you have heard about what? Heaven, 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 heaven. Right? Everybody heard about heaven, right? Spell that last word one more time.
Heavens.
S. That means it's plural. So what is the Bible talking about? That's the heavens, when you've only heard about one heaven your whole life. You understand? Like Christian church, Christians don't know what they're talking about. They don't know, they haven't been taught. And because of that, we as a people have not been taught either what's in the Bible. Even if you read this in English, to the average person reading this in English, nobody would think anything of the fact that there's an S on the end of a word. Everybody has heard God created in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And nobody asks why there's an S on heaven. Just like there's an S at the end of the word world. God so loved the world, but he made worlds plural when you go to Hebrews 11:3. Like these things, that's why it's so very important. Every word, every punctuation, everything that's in the scripture, it is all there for a very specific reason. And it does matter what it means, and it matters if it's singular, if it's plural. Very important. So please keep going.
Verse 5. And every plant of the field before it was in the earth.
Right. It was in the earth. The plants of the field are already in the earth. Keep going.
And every herb of the field before it grew.
There's a difference between the plant and the herb. God said it's a difference between the plant and the herb. That's what it's right there. It's saying. That's why there's an and. That's why there's a comma. Keep going.
For the Most High power had not caused it to rain upon the earth.
No water had fallen from the sky on the entire planet at this time. There was no need. Keep going.
And there was not a man to till the ground.
There was no one working in this garden. There was no one that was maintaining or upkeeping the garden. Because the garden is alive. It's filled with plants. It's filled with herbs. It's filled with seeds. There's no rain coming from the sky, but everything is on the plant. You got animals and the sea and the land and creeping things and flying things and birds, sea creatures. The earth is full of life. It's not just magic like grandma's garden with tulips and roses over here, and there's two naked white people sitting in the middle looking up at the sky. That's not what was happening here. The planet is full of people, is full of grass. If you don't till and maintain any plant that you plant, you're going to get weeds, you're going to get thorns, brambles, thistles, the vines are going to take over, strangle everything. Someone has to maintain this. Everything that the Lord created, someone has to be in charge of it. It's like when you get to the animals. If no one is in charge of all those damn fish multiplying, if there are no sharks and dolphins and a bigger whale in the ocean to maintain that, it's going to be too many. There are no lions or wolves or bears, there'll be too many deers. You understand? Too many deers, no, that's some deers. But you understand? Someone has to be in charge of everything at every level the Lord is doing. Someone is put in charge. Keep going.
Verse 6. But there went up a mist from the earth and watered the whole face of the ground.
That's called the dew, the morning dew. It comes from inside of the earth and waters the ground. No rain had fallen from the sky, but water came from inside of the earth and watered all the ground and crops. That's why when the Lord told Noah to go and tell everyone that rain was going to come from the sky, nobody understood what he was talking about. Everybody looked at him like he was crazy because water don't come from the sky, water comes from the ground. You understand? So keep going.
Verse 7. And the Most High power formed man of the dust of the ground.
Very important. This forming is not God creating Adam. How do we know that? Because it tells us a few verses up, this is the Sabbath day. The Lord is resting from all of his creating. Man was created a day ago. This is a whole nother day. He's done all the work he's going to do. So this forming that he is doing with man
is completely different from him creating man the previous day. This is something completely different. When it says he formed him from the dust of the ground, it's talking about he formed man from a lowered state, from a state without having rules, without having laws, without knowing what to eat, without knowing how to communicate, without knowing, just like a Neanderthal, walking around, looking under a rock, picking up something, knocking stuff, busting people upside the head, running away, snatching stuff, touching fire, falling off cliffs, like no set instructions about how to put anything in order. All of that comes from the instructions the Lord gave to Adam. That's why when you get into the commandments, it's so many rules about things that is way beyond just don't do this. There's a rule that says if you make your house, make your roof a certain way. Because if someone goes up on top of your roof and falls down, you're going to be responsible. If you have livestock, you got to make sure that you keep your livestock a certain way. Because if your ox get loose and go and stab somebody with those horns, you're going to be responsible. It has so much in it. It has laws about how to automatically make us a civilization and a society within ourselves just if we follow these rules alone. And this is what he gave to Adam, and it completely changed how life functioned on the earth. You understand? You went from trying to bite something that's still alive to catching it, storing them in a certain place so that you don't have to run out and catch it every time you want something to eat. You can put them here, find out what it eats, and then once you find out what that cow is going to eat, your cow won't run away because all the food is right here. And if you leave it here long enough, your cow's going to make you more cows. Then you get milk, then you get leather, you get oxtails, rawhide, porterhouse, sirloin, you can use the bones. All of these things go from us wandering around like a cow to us raising cattle. You understand? So these are the instructions the Lord gave Adam. It's a lot happening in this one verse. And you don't actually get to realize what happened when the Lord formed man from the dust of the ground until you get and see what it means. And all of those rules and instructions that the Lord gave to Adam, all of those things is what Moses was instructed to write down that the Lord gave us. They weren't written down in Adam's day. The Lord talked to Adam directly. But then the Lord said, put it in a book because now we're going to become a nation instead of just Adam and his sons. All right? So keep going.
And breathed into his nostrils the breath of life.
Right. The breath of life. The breath of life, of course, you understand, is talking about his rules, his laws, statutes, and commandments. Keep going.
And man became a living soul.
Man became a living soul. Why is he saying a living soul? Because the commandments is what gives us life. God's rules is what gives us life. You understand? That's why in the scriptures in Ephesians, it says we were dead in trespasses. We were dead in sin. A sinner is not alive to the Most High. If you eating pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster, we not alive to the Most High. That's why somebody running the grocery store and kill us. Because we having birthdays and Christmas and eating pork. We go to the grocery store, some devil, just like we went to the Wawa. The same old hobo-looking devil standing outside the Wawa, limping, begging for change, getting pats on the head. That's the same way the Buffalo shooter did the brothers and sisters in Buffalo. I saw him immediately and thought, this is the Buffalo shooter standing outside. Everybody else smiling in his face, giving him change. I'm thinking he's the mass shooter. They thinking we got to help him. I'm thinking this is the devil the Bible speaks of. He can really kill everybody. You understand? And that's why the Lord put us there. That's why the Lord gave us this information. So go ahead.
We're in verse 8. We're going back to the Hebrew now.
Okay, yeah. Now let's go ahead and read this in the Hebrew. Yeah, 23. I'm going to go to verse 8. All right, so 7 to 8 to 15. Okay, 14. Okay, 14. All right. Of course, y'all got any questions, make sure y'all type the questions in online. If y'all got any questions, sis, just reach up, just say Salaki, we're going to get to your questions, if there are any. Genesis chapter 2 and verse 8. Wayatai, Yahweh, Elohim, Gun, Ba'aidan, Makwada, Salakia, Makwadam, Wayawam, Salakia, Wayasham, Wayasham, Sham, Ha'adam, Ashar, Yatazar, verse 9, Wayatazamak, Yahweh, Alahayim, Man, Ha'adama. Okay, you Adam. Okay, Adam. You okay? So like you're right, Adam. Because now we get into somebody with a name. This isn't just man at all. We get Adama. We talking about something specific. Okay, Ha Adama, Ka, Itazah, Nachamad, Lama Ra'aha, Watawab. Good. Lama Akal. Wa Itazah, Hakayayam, Bathawar, like it, Bathawak, Bathawak, Hagun, Wa Itazah, Hada'if, Tawab, Irai, like it, Warai, evil, knowledge of good and evil, Tawab and evil, good and evil, Rai means evil, okay. Verse 10, Wanahar, the Har is river. Yataza'ah, Ma'id, that's a na, Eden. Ma'idan in Eden. Ma'idan, Hashemakwa, Hagan, Wamasham, Yaparada, Wahaya, La Arabaiha, Ra'ash Yam, heading. Okay. The water came to 4 heads. La Arabaiha, Ra'ash. Okay. The water comes to 4 heads. Now we're in the garden. Okay. Sham, Ha'adam, Payashwan, Paisan, the first river, Payashwan, Hawa'ah, Hasabab, Ka, Arataza, Hakawayala, Ashar, Sham, Hazaha. Okay. Hazaha. Verse 12. Waza'ah, like it. Wazahab. Ha'arataza. Hahar, like it. Hawa'ah. Tawab. Sham. Habadalah, like it. Habadalah. Wa'aban. Hashaham, verse 13. Washam, Hanahar, Hashanya, Yakawan, Hawa'ah, Hasawabab, Ka, Ha'arataza, Kawash, verse 14. Washam, Hanahar, Hashalayashya, Chadakwal, Hawa'ah, Hahawala, Hahalak, Quadamah, Ashawar, Wahanahar, Wahanahar, Harabayaya, Hawa'ah, Parah. Okay, seven. All right. So in the English, go ahead and
in the English, verse 8. And the Most High Power planted a garden eastward of Eden.
Right. Now this garden, of course, is not talking about a literal garden. Roses and tulips and flowers and custom plants and stuff like that. This garden is talking about a huge expanse of land. As a matter of fact, let's check that word in blue letter. Let's see what we get. See if it comes up the same thing.
Let me check it real quick.
Yeah. Well, see what we get for that word. Let's say the Most High planted the garden.
You want to look at which word?
What is it? Garden.
Okay, garden.
Mm-hmm.
It says garden, enclosure, enclosed garden, garden of plants, and garden of Eden.
Okay. Does it got a root word in there?
Root word from
Ganon. Huh?
Ganon.
Ganon means to defend. Pull it up so you
Defend,
can.
cover, surround.
Ganon.
Okay.
Now, Ganon. That's also the name of a country in West Africa. It's a Hebrew word because we made that empire. That's why they sold us and kicked us out, and Ghana is bankrupt to this day. We built that. That's how they knew where to come and find us because of all the things that we were doing in Africa, and the Africans were sticking their head up elephants behind and drinking their blood and piss. And then we had cities with gold. Money and treasuries and clothes and outfits and food. It's not running around snatching people up, eating them at will. And then they came to us. It smelled good. It was clean. Things was in order. Wasn't wild animals running everywhere. And then they came to us, and it was very easy to find us in West Africa. They could follow the smell. When the smell stopped, then they found us. It was very easy. It wasn't difficult at all for them to find us. You understand? And then they sold us. And then when they sold us, this is how you know the Hamites are not smart. When they sold us, what we were doing in West Africa, it stopped. It stopped. Only business they had was being exploited by Esau for their rubber, their palm oil, and the people that they were selling. They took us out of West Africa. West Africans and the North Africans got deals with Esau to sell and trade us. Esau exploited them, took their resources, and taught everybody French. They took us here to America. We built them Wall Street. We built them sugar cane plantations, cotton plantations, the whole Western world. Everything they sell in all the tourism and Carnival Cruise and Disney and sandals and Wells Fargo and the International Monetary Fund, the World Bank, all of Hollywood, all these inventions that we made here in America, from these cell phones, the laptops, the fiber optic cables, HDMI cables, the high-speed internet cables. Most people think those are satellites. That's wrong. The high-speed internet is thousands of miles of those fiber optic cables all across the ocean, all across the planet. Dr. Shirley Jackson made those fiber optic cables in the 80s. She made the caller ID. She made the fiber optic cable. She made the touch-tone telephone. Remember the old revolver phones? You had to stick your finger in. She's the reason they're gone. She made a much better phone that even has the thing, if you're deaf, where you can even put buttons on the bumps as opposed to sticking your finger in the circle and praying you don't have to start over again. She made all of that. They took us and built this. And then they were left there with themselves and did nothing. They did nothing. You understand? All you to think that black people are Africans, you understand? Which we are not. You keep going.
Come. And there he put the man whom he had formed.
Right. He created everybody. The planet is full of people. That's why he said, man was formed. He's done. This is the Sabbath. He's doing a different type of forming from what he did with everybody else, because the place is full of life. He take one man specifically and put him in the middle of this garden, which he had formed. It didn't say who he made, because the world is full of people. He formed this man. Something special was done with this man. He gave him the breath of life, even though everybody else was already alive, because he was done. So keep going.
Okay, verse 9. And out of the ground made the Most High power to grow every tree that is pleasant to the sight.
Every tree that's pleasant to the sight, he made it grow out of the ground. Keep going.
And good for food.
The trees that you can eat, good for food. Keep going.
The tree of life also in the midst of the garden.
Right. There's a special tree that's in the midst of the garden. These trees that he made to grow out of the ground is very important. Very important to understand. You also have to understand literature and English composition. Grammar. Very important to understand. When you start verse 9 and you read it in English, I want you to read it one more time. Read it slowly. I'll tell you when to stop.
And out of the ground.
Out of the ground. We're talking about something that's in the ground. Keep going.
Made the Most High power.
Right.
To grow every tree.
To do what?
To grow every tree.
To do what? One more time.
To grow every tree.
These trees are going to be grown. Keep going.
That is pleasant to the sight.
You're going to see these trees. The tree is pleasant to the sight. That means these trees you're going to see. You're going to look at them. You're going to look at them and think, oh, this is pleasant. This is wonderful. What else are you going to do with this tree? Keep going.
And good for food.
Read it again.
And good for food.
You got trees that's nice and beautiful to look at. And then you got trees that, and in addition to that, you got trees that's good for food. You got good for food trees. Now, what is after the food?
The tree.
Salaki, before you get to the words, what's after food? Right after food. What's after food?
A semicolon.
A semicolon. What does a semicolon what does that mean in English grammar? Pull up semicolon in Webster Focus Show. Let's see, what does semicolon mean? Because we were talking about trees that grow from the ground, right? It's pleasant. It come out the ground. It's good for food. It's beautiful to look at. But now, I thought we were still talking about trees, right? We thought the earth is full of trees. There's a tree in the Garden of Eden, right?
You read the definition?
Oh, yeah, good. All right, good. Read the semicolon.
It says a punctuation mark used chiefly in a coordinating function between major sentence elements.
Right. It's more?
Just a little bit.
Salaki, go ahead.
Such as independent clause of a compound sentence.
All right. Say, read it one more time. It's a little slow. I'm going to tell you when to stop. Go ahead.
A punctuation mark used chiefly in coordinating function.
And the most important, chiefly, meaning the most important reason that you see this semicolon is it's going to coordinate something. Now, what needs to be coordinated if we're just talking about trees? You got pretty trees to see. You got pretty trees to eat. What needs to be coordinated? Keep going.
Between major sentence elements.
There's a major element that is happening in this sentence. Now, I thought we were just talking about trees. Pretty tree to look at, pretty flowers, pretty tree to eat. What needs to be coordinated if all we're talking about is trees to look at and trees to eat? That semicolon is very important. Go ahead and finish the rest of that definition, please.
Such as independent clauses.
What?
Independent clauses.
Now, I thought we all just talking about trees. Why is something independent about this tree if all we talking about is trees? Could have just put a comma instead of a semicolon. Keep going.
Of a compound sentence.
It's a compound sentence. If everything that we talking about is just trees, why does the sentence need to be compounded? Because we're not talking about trees anymore. And this is very important. That's why we're a school and not a church. In school, you come to learn. Church, you come to learn how to sing and dance. Here, you're learning. In this scripture that everyone everywhere has looked over probably their entire life, it is telling you that there's a difference between these trees that's coming out of the ground and then this special type of tree. Now let's go back to Genesis chapter 2 and verse 9. Let's take a look at it again.
You start back at the top.
Yeah, start back at the top.
Come on. This is Genesis 2:9. And out of the ground made the Most High power to grow every tree.
All right, stop right there. Y'all watching online, I want to make sure everybody paying attention. Do y'all understand what was just illustrated in this Genesis, the 2nd chapter? Do y'all understand what was just being illustrated in Genesis chapter 2 and verse 9? How there was a difference between the first set of trees that we are talking about, all the way up until the point where it says there's a tree that's good to eat, there's a tree that's good to look at, then we have a semicolon. Because we're still talking about trees, but these trees are not the same as the ones that you're going to eat and look at. Very important. And this is a major part of the lack of understanding about what happened in Genesis and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. That this is not a tree. This is not an apple tree. It's not a peach tree. It's not a pear tree. It's not a mango tree. Not a banana tree. There's a specific difference between these two. That's why we went over the definition. Y'all type in online. Let's see who's paying attention. Who we got in there? Who we got in there?
We got Aqua Chanel.
All right.
Officer Yagadar. Okay. Aqua Aisha.
All right.
Aqua Ra'ai, who's also here.
All right.
Aqua Fana. Okay.
You got a team of all-stars.
Okay. Got young man Edward.
All right. Okay.
Officer Carl Sapar.
All right.
Sister Deborah.
Okay.
Aqua from the Zarmanai is also here. And we got some responses.
Okay. I want to make sure everybody sees this because this is what gets missed. This is why so much of the Bible is smoke and mirrors and naked babies with wings and rabbits laying eggs and fat white men coming down the chimney. So much confusion because the very basics of understanding are not being taught. Now that we went over that, I wanted to make sure everybody saw it. Keep reading, Bubba Show.
Come on. I'm just talking to something.
Yeah, go ahead, start.
And out of the ground made the Most High power to grow every tree that is pleasant to the sight and good for food.
Mm-hmm.
The tree of life also in the midst of the garden.
The tree of life, what?
Also in the midst of the garden.
Now, why is it talking about also? What's so special about this tree?
Okay.
It's not a tree that I can eat and look at. It's in the middle of the garden. That's how you know this is not talking about a garden like flower rose bed.
Okay.
The Garden of Eden is a large expanse of land. And in the middle of this large expanse of land, there's a different type of tree. Keep going.
Okay. And the tree of knowledge.
The tree of what?
Of knowledge.
Of what?
Of knowledge.
Of food. Of what?
Of knowledge.
Of pleasant things to look at.
Of knowledge.
Of what?
Of knowledge.
Keep going.
Of good and evil.
What flavor is a good and evil tree?
Mm-hmm.
What color is that? Anybody ever seen or touched or ate a good and evil fruit before? That's because it's not a fruit. The Christian church has been lying about this scripture for close to maybe 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 years. They have been lying on the book of Genesis. And right here in the scripture, it tells you that the tree is about knowledge of good and evil. It didn't say a damn thing about eating this tree. Go ahead, sister.
It spoke to the tree of life, and then it has the word and then it speaks about knowledge.
Right.
What's the difference?
The tree of good and evil. Okay, the midst of the tree of life.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The tree of life, that's a very good question. Very good question. So, the tree of life was supposed to keep us alive in Eden.
Okay.
Once we ate from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, the angel kicked us out of Eden. And he stopped us from being able to get access to the tree of life that kept us alive and safe in paradise. Then we got evicted and we had to go get it how we live outside of paradise. And we've been doing that ever since. That's a very good question. Because once we get to after which is the very next chapter. After the serpent comes to Eve, Eve tells Adam to take this knowledge from the serpent. You understand? Then they get put out, and there's an angel with a flaming sword to keep the way of the knowledge of the tree of life, so that we don't make it back to that tree. You understand? It's a spiritual thing. Just like the knowledge of good and evil is also spiritual. The Lord gave us that land because that's where we were supposed to be. We ended up everywhere else because we took knowledge from the tree of good and evil. It's going to be more explained about it once the rest of the story unfolds. It's going to make more sense. All right. But that was an excellent question. Go ahead.
Going on to chapter, verse 10.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Verse 10. And a river went out of Eden to water the garden.
Right. The river that is talking about, talking the great rivers, the 4 great rivers from all the rivers of the world, they start and meet at one place. They used to be great rivers. Most of the Euphrates is dried up. The rivers or body of water determines where somebody's land starts and somebody else's land ends. That's why the Lord made those rivers. They were the natural borders and boundaries. Esau drew lines everywhere and started so he could steal other people's stuff. That's why he drew the lines. The river, like even in Egypt, we lived on the other side of the Egyptians. We lived in Goshen. On one side was them. The Lord poisoned their waters. We drank from the same waters on our side that were not poisoned and full of blood and locusts and making people sick. You understand? So keep going.
And from thence it was parted.
Right. From in the middle of the garden. This is the center of the earth where the Lord is starting. The garden is parted and going in 4 directions. Keep going.
And became into 4 heads.
It came into 4 mighty points of it. All right, keep going.
Verse 11. The name of the first is Pison.
Pison. Keep going. Let me see if I can pull up where these rivers are today. It has their names. It's pretty common now. 4 rivers in the garden.
You said keep going?
Yeah, you keep going.
That is it which to compass. That is it which to compass it.
Compass it goes around. That's what it means to compass. The whole land of to be Havilah.
The whole land of Havilah, where there is gold.
There's gold in that land. It's going to circle the whole land of Havilah where there's gold. That river circles around that area. Let's see.
We go on verse 12.
Pison. It looks like Pison is the Jordan River. Keep going.
Verse 12. And the gold of the land is good.
Got good gold there. You understand? So, this is the rivers that outline the garden. Right? The rivers outline the garden. In the land, it goes around Havilah. It's going around Havilah. That means what's on the other side is somebody else, and what's on this side is part of the garden. The rivers is flowing out of the garden. Keep going.
There is there is bdellium and the onyx stone.
Precious stone. Bdellium and onyx. Keep going.
Verse 13. And the name of the second river is Gihon.
Gihon. Gihon is the name of the second river. You got Pison is the Jordan. Gihon is the second river. Just a moment. Gihon. Okay, that's not enough. Shalaki, you just keep going.
Come. The same is it that compasseth the whole land of Ethiopia. 14.
Right. This river goes through the whole land of Ethiopia. All right, keep going.
Verse 14. And the name of the third river is Hiddekel? Hiddekel.
Mm-hmm.
That is it which goeth toward the east of Assyria.
Right. On the east of Assyria. So it's going on this side of Assyria. This is all the Middle East. You got Ethiopia. Ethiopia is down here. It's further down the map, but it's starting from the Middle East. That's how it's flowing through Assyria. Assyria is going this way. It's starting in the Middle East. It is not starting in Africa. It's going towards Ethiopia. It's not starting in Africa. It's going in four directions. Keep going.
And the fourth river is Euphrates.
You got the Euphrates. Euphrates River is going almost everywhere. You understand? You got rivers that's going down towards Afghanistan, towards parts of Turkey. All of this, the original area where these rivers went. All right.
Next verse is 15. Go back to the Hebrew.
Okay, come on, you got it. Go back.
Come. Verse 15 in the Hebrew. Layapak, Yahweh, Alahayim, Af Ha'adam. Wow. Wayanaya Hawa.
Well, hold on, you said 15? Adama, Wa, Ya, Nahawa, Wayanakawa.
Right. Wayanakawa.
Mm-hmm.
Bagan. Idan. No, La. La Abada.
Mm-hmm.
Wala Shamara. Verse 16.
To Shamar it, to guard it. You got Ibadah, Ibad is to serve it, to tend to it, and then you got to Shamar it. Put a man in the Eden to dress it and to keep it. To keep Shamar.
Verse 16. Wayatazawa. Yahweh Alahayim. Al Ha'adam. La'amar. Makal. It's like in Makal. Itazah. Hagan. Akal. Ba'akal.
Eat.
Verse 17.
A call means to eat or to devour or to eat. All the trees you can eat.
Verse 17. Hama Itaza. That's Wama Itaza. That's a lot here. Wama Itaza.
And a but.
Hada'ai.
Tree.
Tawab. Warai. La'a.
Right.
Come. La'a Sa'akal.
You cannot eat this. Yes. This tree, you cannot eat this. Good, warai, Tawab Wara'ai, good and evil.
Okay.
Cannot eat this. Mm-hmm.
Ma manwa. Is that correct?
Mamanawa.
Mamanawa.
Mm-hmm.
Mamanawa. Kaya. Bayawam.
As in that day,
Okay. Akalka.
mm-hmm, you eat.
Mama. Mama.
Mamanawa.
Mamanawa. Mamanawa.
Mm-hmm.
Mawa.
Mm-hmm. Die.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Samawa. Samawa.
Mm-hmm. Die. Die. You
Okay.
understand? He's saying the day you eat it, you're gonna die. Die. And in our language now, here in English, it's very interesting. The Bible is very spiritual and it's about us.
Okay.
Today, it's become more popular in these last few years to say something twice.
Come.
The Bible has always said something twice. Hear me. Don't do this. I'm telling you again, don't do it. In the Hebrew, it's not saying ye shall surely. It's saying you're going to die. The day you do this, you're going to die.
Come.
That's why it's saying mawah, samawah.
Come.
It's not saying you shall surely die, like you're going to die.
Come.
That's what it's saying. That's why when you read it in our language, you understand. It's saying you reading the word and then you see the word again.
Come.
You understand?
Verse 18.
Mm-hmm.
Waya Amar. Yahweh Alahayim. La'a Tawab. Hayawat.
Mm-hmm.
Ha'ama. Like Ha'adam.
Mm-hmm.
Labadwa.
Mm-hmm.
Aisha.
Mm-hmm.
Lan. No, it's not. Law. Lawa.
Mm-hmm.
Izar.
Right.
Kangadwa.
Kana Gadwa.
Kanagadwa.
Right. Kana Gadwa. Like Izar's help. Aisha, I will make him Izar help.
Okay.
He needs help. A lot of stuff to do, and he needs help. I'm gonna make someone to help him.
Okay. Verse 19. Wayatazar. Yahweh Alahayim. Man Ha'adama. Kal Hayaf.
Mm-hmm.
Hashada.
Mm-hmm.
Hashada. Wa'af. Kal Iwap. Hashemayim. Wayaba'a.
Mm-hmm.
Wayaba'a. Al Ha'adam. Allah Ra'awa.
Mm-hmm.
Maha. Oh, Maha.
Mm-hmm.
Yaqwara. Yaqwara'a.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Okay. Lawa.
Mm-hmm.
Wakal. Ashar. Yaqwara'a. Lawa. Ha'adam. Napash. Chaya.
Living soul. The Pashkaya. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hawa'a. Shamwa.
Mm-hmm. Shamwa. Should be their name.
That was 19, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, verse 20. Waya Krara'a Ha'adam Shamawaf Lakal
Mm-hmm.
Habahama
Cattle.
Salaki Wala Iwa
Mm-hmm. And the cattle.
Hashemayim Walakal.
Slakia. That's not Shemayim.
That's not
That's
Shemayim.
Hashem. He's naming them. Shem is name. He's naming the cattle.
Hashemayim.
Mm-hmm.
Hashemayim Walakal. Chaya.
Mm-hmm.
Hashadah. Wala Adam.
Hashadah, the land. Shadah, the land's like field.
La'ah. Mataza'ah.
Find.
That's my name. That's lucky.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Izar.
Help. Find help.
Come.
Couldn't find help. Mm-hmm.
Kanagadwa.
Mm-hmm. Couldn't find help. And wasn't nobody found that could help him. The Lord gonna step in. Keep going.
Verse 21. Wayapal. Yahweh Alahayim. Faradma. Al Ha'adam Waya Yashan Waya Pak Quack. Salaki Waya Quack. Waya Quack. Akah.
Yeah, it's a word.
Come, sir. Matazal I.
You're gonna say the syllable in the la.
Salaki.
Matazala I.
Matazala I. Yawa.
Mhm.
Matazala I Yawa. Waya Sagar. Bashar. Sakafan.
Sakafana.
Sakafana.
Mm-hmm.
That's 20 words.
That's it.
That's right.
All right, we got a lot going on here. Let's get up to the top.
Okay.
Taking good time. It's worked out. Where we at?
Verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, verse 15. And the Most High. Wait a minute, somebody. Feel like I'm ready.
Did we go too far? Every tree of the garden, free to eat. The knowledge of good and evil, you're going to die. Die is the last thing we wrote. 18.
We didn't, I think you just stopped, but we didn't read all the way through that.
No, you're going to die. I remember reading that.
You did. But did we read the whole verse, or did you just reference that part?
Nah, you did the whole thing.
All right. I don't recall us reading to help meet for him and all that.
No. 17, I'm talking about 17. 18 is where you started in
Hebrews a lot.
Uh-huh.
Verse 17 starts off with the tree of knowledge of evil, knowledge of good and evil thou shalt not eat. I don't think you broke all of that. I know you broke down die, but I don't think we read all that.
Okay, you know what? You were still reading the Hebrew.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. So where did you start? I think I finished 15. It's 8, 7. You started.
No, so like we stopped at 14, and then I started reading 15 and 8. We didn't read 15.
Okay.
I thought we did. It feels like we did, but we didn't. So like,
Right, because we were looking up the rivers.
Come on.
Okay, good. So 15.
All right. And the Most High Power took the man and put him into the Garden of Eden to dress it and to keep it.
Right. It says he took the man and put him in the Garden of Eden. What does it mean if you take and put something somewhere? What do you mean? What does that mean?
Somewhere else.
Yes, that is exactly what it means. Somewhere else. He took it and put him there. It didn't say he was there. It said he took the man. I mean, there's something over here. He took it. He put him somewhere else.
Come.
He didn't start here.
Come.
He was put here. You understand?
Come.
Keep going.
Verse 16. And the Most High Power commanded the man, saying, of every tree of the garden thou mayest freely eat.
All the trees in here you can eat. What is eat in our language? A call. A call means to eat. A call means to devour. A call means to ingest. So all of this in English is eat. In our language, it doesn't all mean to eat.
Come.
Yeah, what was it? Just pop up there.
No, this is a pop-up.
Come, go ahead.
Come. Verse 17. But of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil.
Again, this ain't a tree, because it's telling you that this thing we talking about is of the knowledge of good and evil.
Thou shalt not eat of it.
Don't eat from that tree.
For in that day that thou eatest thereof,
when you take of this tree, when you ingest this, you digest this, keep going,
thou shalt surely die.
You're going to die for real that day. You're going to really die. The knowledge of good and evil. The Lord had given man the breath of life in his nostrils to make him the Pashkaya, which is a living soul. That is the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments. He gave Adam orders and instructions about how to rule, how to be in charge. The things that make you a ruler and being in charge, they are so simple. And I'm going to show you how simple they are, right? They're so simple that they are literally all the businesses and corporations. That is everywhere you have a store to make a city that makes a country. What are the commandments in the Bible? Teaching you how to deal with livestock and cattle. Your supermarket, where you can't have a city, is about doing what? Getting all your livestock and cattle to one place so that everybody knows they can come here and eat. Once you have all your livestock and cattle here, you can feed people. Once you can feed people, people who couldn't eat where they were, they'll all come here because there's food here. What else laws do you have here? You have construction laws. Where to site the land. Remember, all the times in the Bible, the Lord is telling Moses to give them instructions to go and look at the land. Take a look at the land. Survey the land. When Moses got to the land, he wasn't just giving commandments and instructions. Don't do this, don't do this. Y'all go over there and kill them. That's not all he was doing. He went to look at the land and said, this land here is great for cattle. This would be good for grazing land. This land here, plant 5 suburbs over there. That's going to be a good spot for the suburbs. This over here, that's going to be a good spot for this. They have something today in an industry where they help people find where to live. What is that called? What is it called? People don't know where to live. What school are your kids going to go to? Are there jobs nearby? Is there transportation around? What is that? What is that called? It's a multi-billion-dollar industry in the United States of America. Y'all know what it's called? Y'all type in. Somebody should know. Y'all should know. Y'all type in there. Y'all type in there. Let's see who's still in here. Who's full of breakfast and not.
Consumer Reports.
No, it's much simpler than you think. Much simpler. Much simpler. How do you find where you're going to live? If you see someplace you want to live, How do you learn about it? Who will tell you? Well, before there was the internet, who told you before?
Would that be like a relative?
Yes,
No, no, right.
that is exactly who.
Bar,
She said,
the bar said real estate.
really, exactly, sis. The wire. Realtor. That's how you know where you should go and live. Somebody knows where it is. All throughout the Bible, the Lord is giving instructions and putting men in charge to go and site the land, determine what would be good where to plant what, where to tell the people to move, where to put the cattle. That's realtor. You got you managing the crops and the cattle. What else is running the nation? Agriculture. People are leaving their country because they're starving to death. They come into America because one thing America has no shortage of is food. They're growing food in labs. They're printing foods on printers nowadays. Food everywhere in America. So much food that they have to throw it away every day by policy. That's how much food is in America. The Lord made us a nation that does agriculture, that's growing crops. Our high holy day literally is about the success of your crops. We're in the Feast of First Fruits right now. By trade, we were sheep herders. We herded cattle, we herded sheep. We herded goats, we herded livestock. We also worked in the field. That's why they went to Africa and got us. And then they put us in their fields and we built them an agriculture system. We came from the west coast of Africa. That's where they got us. That's not where we originated, but that's where we were. They took us from Africa and put us in the Caribbean, put us in the West Indies, put us in South America, put us in North America. And them in Europe with no food put us from West Africa in new land that we've never been to before, and we made them a Department of Agriculture. Fed their families, so much so, they violated their own European laws to illegally leave Europe and not come back when their season's contract was over because of how well we made life for them. You understand? They knew they found the best people on the planet, and they used us to build the same empire that Egypt did, that Babylon did, that the Romans did. That's what runs a nation. Construction, architecture. The laws and the commandments in the Bible are telling you how to do a site survey, how to plant the foundation for your house, how to make sure it's not mold in there. What is another multi-billion-dollar industry in the United States of America? The medicine, the healthcare field. Putting together roots, putting together herbs, how to quarantine people. If you're unclean, you got to stay away. If you've been around a dead body, another mega billionaire business. The funeral home business. Where do you bury your dead? Well, the Hamites leave the dead in the house and they go get sad with them. And then everybody gets sick from the same thing that the dead person just died from. That's why we got laws on quarantine. That's why we got laws. If you got funny scales and pus and sores and you bleeding and vomiting, you can't be around anybody. You just had a baby. You and that baby can't be around nobody. Somebody died in this place, can't nobody come in this place. If you come in here, all of you must separate yourself for 7 days. You got to wash yourself in water. Another multi-billion-dollar business. So cleaning clothes, cleaning tail, cleaning you, washing, bathing, cleaning your clothes. All of this stuff is commandments. He shall wash all his flesh in water, shall wash all his linen, all his clothes. Whatsoever the dead body have touched shall be unclean until the even. You shall wash it with water. Any vessel that the blood shall splash on, any house where the dead have been passed. All of this is the commandments that's in the Bible. And that's how you run a nation. That's how you run a nation. From banking, loaning money, making clothes, selling garments, all of that is the commandments that's in the Bible. We never learned none of that. We've been singing silly songs about silver and gold. And you go into Jeremiah, it tells you that the decking it with silver and gold, Kurt Franklin made a song about it, and tell you not to do exactly what he's singing about in the Bible. They tell you don't do that. You understand? Like the Christian church is the house of Satan. Keep going.
So verse 18. And the Most High Power said, it is not good that man should be alone.
He said, this ain't good. It's not good that man should be alone. Keep going.
I will make him an helpmeet for him.
Now, he said, I will make him a helpmeet for him. All right? Now, let's get this word. Let's see if it's Aisha or Aisha. I'm going to make a helpmeet. Lawa Izar. I'm going to make a helpmeet for him. Specifically, I'm going to make someone to help him that is tailor-made for him, to help him do what I've assigned him to do. All right? Keep going.
Come on, verse 19. And out of the ground, the Most High Power formed every beast of the field.
Right.
And every fowl of the air.
Every bird, that's what a fowl is. It's an old quick English word. Everything flying in the air, everything that lives in a field, everything.
And brought them unto Adam.
He brought them to Adam. All right?
To see what he would call them.
He's going to give them names. That's why they got names. That's why all the ancient societies, all of their languages come and stem from the original ancient Hebrew. They call it the Paleo-Hebrew. Some people call it Aramaic. Some people call it, the phonetic, the Phoenician language. All of those ancient old world civilization languages all come and stem from the Lashawan Kodash. Because the Lord changed everybody's language from the only language on the planet that he gave to Adam to something different, some variations of it from the Tower of Babel on forward. You understand? Keep going.
And whatsoever Adam called every living creature, that was the name thereof.
Whatever he called it, that's your name. Keep going.
Verse 20. And Adam gave names to all cattle.
Right. There's different types of cattle. You got a cattle that's a bull, you got an ox, you got all different types of cattle. Seals and different animals, all of them are cattle. Keep going.
And to the fowl of the air.
All the birds. Keep going.
And to every beast of the field.
The animal that lives in the field, that's not a cattle, and it's not a bird. Keep going.
But for Adam there was not found an helpmeet for
Adam
him.
doing a lot of work. Ain't nobody helping Adam though. Keep going.
Verse 21.
Adam needs a secretary. Adam needs help. Adam got a lot of responsibility that he's doing. Keep going.
Verse 21. And the Most High Power caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam.
Right. Here is where the grand confusion comes from. The Most High caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam. What does this sound like? Sound like the Most High drug Adam. Adam had passed out. Adam had worked so hard, and the Lord tell Adam, the magical cartoon hands, to sprinkle, sprinkle, and then Adam just fall asleep. He caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam. All right? Keep going. No, I want to see if we can get this. I want to see if we can get this in our language to see what actually happened versus what Esau has been telling us happened for thousands of years. Can you pull this up in blue letter from Bashar? And let's see what it says in our language. Then I'm going to explain what happened. The Most High caused a sleep to fall upon Adam. What is happening is not Adam going to sleep. That is not what it's saying. The water. Let me see. The water. All right. All right. Let's see. Deep sleep, trance. By implication. Let's see. Cause a deep sleep or a trance. All right. Can we go back? I want to see if there's more in the verse. Deep sleep. Allahayim. Deep sleep. Call upon Adam. And he slept. What did he do? And he slept. All right, so he slept. I shun to be sleep, to go to sleep, to remain a long time, to be stored up, to cause to sleep, entice to sleep. Remain long, to grow old, to stale, to remain long, to make to sleep, to be slack, to be sleep, let's see. Properly, to be slack, by implication, sleep, figuratively, to die, to grow old, to remain long. There's a lot more than just going to sleep. Most of this time that this is being used is going to sleep. That's one word. Then you have I shun, which is a few words afterwards. And now I'm going to explain what happened. All right, let me just take a look at what it's saying in Hebrew. Now, here is the important part about what is happening here. Adam is busy doing work. Adam is working, naming all the animals. He's been in charge of the garden. The reason why at the end of each verse is telling you what Adam is doing, and then it's telling you there is no one to help Adam. The Lord is going to make Adam someone to help him. Now, here is what did not happen. Adam did not fall asleep like you do after a hard day's work. That's not what happened with Adam. Here, I tell you what. Let me take yours. You take mine and keep reading 21 for us. What?
Oh, we read in English.
Yeah, yeah. Because I want to be able to go over this in the Hebrew as to what actually happened. This is another one of the thousands of years of lies Christianity has taught everybody.
Come. You start at the top.
Go ahead.
Come. Verse 21. And the Most High power caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam.
Right. He caused the deep sleep to fall upon Adam. Adam is not sleeping. Adam is not sleeping. The rest of the words in this scripture is going to tell you what Adam is actually getting ready to do. Adam is not sleeping. He caused Adam to fall asleep, and he caused him, let me just take a look at this. Right. To fall away, to slack, right, to fall. Okay. He caused him to fall. Right? It says to fall, to cast away, to fall away, to overthrow, to lie down. You understand? To light it. Okay. So this is all of this is what fall means. It's using this specific word because what is Adam doing this whole time? Adam is working. He's working by himself. He has no help. The Lord caused Adam to slow down for a moment. Adam is doing a bunch of work, but the Lord sees that Adam needs help. Adam is just working. The Lord say, I need to get someone to help Adam. Keep going.
Come. And he slept.
Right? He did sleep. Does it mean to deep sleep? This is not talking about sleep because we're going to get to it in a second. He says you have to be lethargic or tired or weary, and it also has to be put into a trance. All right? This is a trance. Those two are not the same, and Adam is not asleep. You can get it in a few words. Keep going.
And he took one of his ribs.
He took one of his what?
Ribs.
He took one of his ribs. What does this mean? He took one of his ribs, caused him to deep sleep, and he slept. All right. What does it mean to slept? He slept. It already said once that the Most High caused him to sleep. The first word, you had to lie down, to be lethargic, or to be in a trance. No, Adam is not asleep. Now we have the second word, and he did sleep. What is it that he's doing? You have the regular sleep, which we know he's not asleep, to remain a long time, to be stored up, to entice to sleep. All right? Keep that in mind. Now, he took one of his ribs. All right? One of his ribs. Here you need to know the precepts to see what's actually going on. What did not happen is the Most High took one of Adam's 14 ribs out of his rib cage and then made a whole new person, which is what the Christian church teaches happened. That is not what happened. You understand? This is one of the very common slangs that we have in the UPK. What is your rib? What is a rib? You understand? Y'all type in. Anybody can answer. What is a rib? You gotta remember the Bible is written in slang. That's why in English, in Esau's language, because English is not our language, it says, ye shall surely die. In our language, we don't need ye shall surely die. We need, you do this, you're gonna die. And everybody knows what that means as long as you're one of us. To Esau, he needs 5 words. What is a rib? Y'all type in. What is a rib? Anybody want to answer? What's a rib? What is it?
Wife.
Wife. That is correct. That is what's getting ready to happen in this scripture.
I also type in a helpmate for a man or a wife.
All right, helpmate for a man or a wife. That's correct. He took one of his ribs. Now here you need some more information. Keep reading, and then we're gonna get the precept to show what's going on. Keep going.
And closed up the flesh instead thereof.
And closed up the flesh instead thereof. To close up, you have sagar. This is the word that is using. To close up, to shut up, to close, joined up, to closely joined. All right? To deliver up, to shut up, to closely join. Together. What is happening here? The Lord is getting Adam a wife. He's not getting a magical person made from one of Adam's bones. He's getting Adam a wife. Give me after closed up.
The flesh instead thereof.
The flesh instead thereof. You understand? Before we had a nation, we were not a nation. The Lord is making us a people. Okay. This is the same thing that happened when Jacob went to go and get a wife. Okay. Isaac told Rebekah, he said, when I go, do not let my son take a wife from one of these damn Philistines whose land we live in. Because we lived in the land of the Philistines. Because since we got kicked out of the Garden of Eden, the other people were already a nation before we were. We were the last nation to be formed. Okay. Every other nation was made before us. We were the youngest nation. Because we didn't become a nation until after we left Egypt. Okay. Everybody else was already formed by then. Okay? So now, what is happening? When Jacob needed to get a wife, Jacob had to go back to the land of his people to find a wife, to find someone who was not a stranger. He was not they weren't another nation of people, because we got laws that you cannot marry a different family of people. Okay. What Jacob did is Jacob had to go to the land of who? Where did he go? Who did he go and see? He went to his uncle. He went to Laban. Because Laban was his family. The Lord is going to make Jacob the promise that he gave to Isaac and to Abraham. He's going to make him a great nation. The nation is not formed at that time. Jacob needs a wife. He's not going to the other nations of people to take a wife. He's going back to his people to take a wife. So, when it is talking about the flesh thereof, this is a family member, a relative, some cousin from his family line. You understand? Because before we are a family of millions and millions of us, where we are no longer first, second, third cousins, we are 55th, 75th cousins, because our 3-person, 5-person family now has millions and millions of us, but we are all cousins and relatives. It's just our families are so gigantic that we are no longer, this is my brother's daughter. You understand? And that is what it's explaining when he closed up the flesh thereof, meaning no more are you going to take any more wives of your family, because now you are going to make a new family. You're not going to marry any more cousins. You understand? By law, before we became a nation, in order for you to have a wife of your people, your relative was the first option of who you would be able to marry.
Okay.
One of your mother or father's cousins. I mean, one of their children.
Okay.
Now, of course, as the family got bigger, there is no longer a need to have a family member for you to make a family with your cousin. There's no longer a need to do that because our families are huge. We are much more people. So from there, of his own people, you got to watch. The Lord clothes up the flesh thereof. The precept you need is flesh of my flesh, blood of my blood. You can get up flesh of my flesh. Pull that, find what that is. It might be easy to use the computer. Oh, okay. What were you saying?
It's in Genesis 23, 2 and 23.
Okay. Right. That I want to, but it's another one. Look up.
When Jacob went to see Laban.
Jacob went to see Laban, and also, I think also Valley of Dry Bones as well.
So like you said, why he put that up?
Sure.
I don't want to keep getting stuck on the tree,
Mhm.
but I thought I
Uh-huh.
heard you say that the tree of life was us following the law, statutes, and commandments, and then
This is what we got. We got from the tree of life, from obeying the Most High. The world changed so drastically. This is the reason why all of these wars are still going on in the Middle East. Spiritually, that's the premier real estate on the planet. All of the wars have been leading back to this. There is an angel that is keeping. They're looking for something. They're not just fighting just to fight, just to get oil. They're looking for something. This is why when the earth started over again, everyone went back to the Middle East once the flood waters subsided. And then the Lord separated everybody because they built a tower to reach unto heaven in the Middle East so that they couldn't be wiped out in case the Lord flooded the world again. And so Nimrod could go and fight the Most High because he thought he was greater than the Most High. That's why the Lord separated everybody. That tree of life, we are going to get back once Christ returns. It was a whole series of things that happened to where our bodies changed, the place where we live changed. Like right now, the earth is not producing the way that the Most High made it to produce. Like in our land, one grape was like the size of this plate. Like the earth can really produce some fruits. But because of all the evil that's done in the earth, the majority of what the earth can do, it is stopped because the Most High stopped it. He said, I will make your heaven above you as brass and your ground as clay. So you're not going to get the full benefits of all these things that I blessed you with anymore because you won't listen to me. There's an actual, in our land, there's something very specific that the Lord gave us that we had access to that he took from us. It isn't like a tree, just like the knowledge of good and evil is not a tree. You understand? But it comes from being where we're supposed to be. That's why when we pray to face the east. Like we praying back because this is where the Lord established us and gave us all of our information about how to be a nation from Adam's day. Then we had to start over again. And this has always been where the Lord wanted us to be. Esau has made his attempt in finding it. Esau has made many movies about his attempts to find the key to eternal youth and the fountain of youth and the key to, some rare fruit or plant that's the nectar of the gods, and tons of his movies about stuff like this. You understand? Even many of the video games, something that's supposed to make you live forever. The Resident Evil series was about finding this magical flower that'll let you live forever that Esau then took and turned into a weapon to make everybody zombies. So he could sell it to the military and kill everybody. Because he's the devil that the Bible speaks of. But this is something that every old world civilization knew about, and that's what he's explaining. Not only that these rules would make us apart, but that now that we learn these other cultures of people, which is the knowledge of good and evil, we start to take their customs. That's why it says when Eve learned these things, she taught Adam, and then they knew they were naked. Meaning they knew they weren't covered, and everybody else is having Christmas and we're not. Everybody else is having birthdays and we're not. And because of that, Adam's sons then went to break all of the rules that the Most High gave him. That's how his first boy murdered the second boy shortly after. Then what ends up happening is the rest of Adam's sons now end up taking what the Most High meant only for us to have so that we would be above them, and started to teach them to the other nations. That's why they worship the zodiac and the stars and the moon, which was how the Most High communicated to Adam. And it actually was a communication in the stars. But they didn't know the Most High because they're heathen and the Lord don't deal with them. They just started worshiping the stars. That's why Islam got the crescent moon and the stars. You understand? So over time, what ends up happening is the knowledge that the Most High gave for us that also allowed us to live 900 years. You got a flood to wipe out these 900-year living people, and the knowledge that only Adam's sons were supposed to know, they started teaching to the heathen because they marrying their daughters. And then they take it and they're looking for, well, how can we get the true life? How can we get this great magical power that make us above like they above? And now they make religions around them trying to be something that the Most High didn't create them to have. When it says he put Adam in the garden, he put Adam in the garden for a few things. So that everything could come to him, so that he could be in charge from the center, the best part on the world, on the planet. And it says for him to dress the land, to take care of the garden, and also to keep it, or ganan. Remember, we went over ganan. Ganan means to guard or defend it. A part of being in the truth is not only keeping the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments, but it is also defending the truth. That's why we got to battle everybody and combat everybody's lies and tell them that God isn't real and the Bible has nothing to do with them and their people are not the people of the Most High. That's something that has to be done. The problems we have amongst our people is because no one is defending or fighting for the truth. Everybody's just okay that, you agree to believe what you believe, I believe what I believe, but if nobody is fighting for the truth, then who's going to stop babies from getting killed? Somebody got to fight against that. You see what I'm saying? But,
you asked for a couple of precepts, I'm not sure if I got
come, go ahead. Is that your question? Okay.
Genesis 29:14 is when Laban, I have to pull it up, but
it's like, we take it. Genesis 29:14.
14 says, this is Genesis chapter 29, verse 14. And Laban said to him, surely thou art my bone and my flesh.
Right. Read 14.
It was 14.
It's like 13.
Verse 13. And it came to pass, when Laban heard the tidings of Jacob, his sister's son.
Of who?
Of Jacob, his sister's son.
Jacob, his sister's son. He had to go back and get a relative of his family to make another family. You understand? At that time, that was needed to make a nation. At this time in Genesis, where we're reading, it says the Lord closed up the flesh thereof. Meaning you're not going to take any more wives of any more cousins. There's one cousin. From here, then we're going to start. Because right now, you don't have a help at all. And you can't go get one of these heathens that's eating whatever is under a rock. You can't go be with them because you got rules not to be with them. So now this is what's happening in the Garden of Eden. He was not asleep. He was not, you still got, It was in the verse. Go back to that's what I wanted, to show that the flesh thereof is his family. This is his family line, not one of Adam's 14 ribs was broken and then magically God made a woman. The planet was already full of women. That was all done on the same day. You understand? So keep going.
I'm still at 13.
Finish. You done with 13. I just wanted to show that this was his sister's brother.
All right. So verse 14. Right. And Laban said to him, surely thou art my bone and my flesh.
My bone and my flesh. That's the point. This flesh thereof is talking about, is just saying this is his family. That's why we say, this is my rib, she's a part of my family, this is my wife. That's what it's talking about. All right. Go ahead.
Also, Raj also put another precept in the chat.
He probably put the one I was looking for. Go ahead.
This is 2 Samuel 19 and 12. Ye are my brethren, ye are my bones and my flesh.
Yes, there you go. My brethren, my bones and my flesh. Meaning this is my family. This is our family, not a daughter of the other families. You understand? Of course, now that there's thousands and thousands of us, we are all still related as family. Those 12 tribes are all family. All blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we are all related as a family. Our lineage would be traced all the way back to the 12 sons of Jacob, who before they were 12 individual sons, they were just inside of Jacob, who was inside of Isaac, who was inside of Abraham. We are all one family of people. Our family is just so huge now that you don't need to and you cannot now, because the Lord closed up the flesh thereof, you cannot now go and take a wife of your cousins. That's why we got laws in the Bible that says you cannot take a woman and her mother. You can't be with her mother. You can't be with your father's daughter, your brother, your uncle's daughter. Before, that's where you would get a wife. Now, you're not going to take a wife of your father's brother's daughter anymore. Because we have a family with thousands of people, that there are plenty of other brothers who also have daughters that you can go and take wives of them, not of your direct family anymore. All right? So keep going.
That was 21, so now I'm on 22.
No. Yeah. Go back to Genesis.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, we done with that. We can go back to Genesis.
We're back on the Hebrew.
Right.
Right. All right, this is Genesis 2 and 22 in the Hebrew. Wayaban, Yahweh, Elohim,
So we were reading in English.
We finished it all, it was 21? That was the end of 21.
Okay. It was something else in the blue letter. You still got the blue letter up?
I do.
Let me get 22. It's something else in the blue letter.
21? We were on 21. We hadn't got to 22 yet.
Okay. Close up. It was something else that I was looking for in there. Right, to entice to sleep. This is what's going on. Didn't you say Adam slept? He enticed to sleep. The reason why that word entice to sleep is in there is this is what happened. The Most High caused Adam to fall for Eve. Eve would have been a family member of Adam. That's why he said that this is the flesh of my flesh, one of my ribs, of my family line. Adam was unaware. The Lord caused this to entice Adam to marry Eve. That's why I said in my flesh, the word in there is not just sleep. That is, it's got 10 definitions, but one of the few times that it's used to entice to lay with is in the same thing after it says he caused them to sleep or be lethargic or in a trance. And then a few words later it says caused to sleep again. Except this is talking about he caused to entice to lie with. The Lord made Adam. He got Adam a wife, caused Adam to fall for this wife before he realized that he had married this woman. This is now his helpmeet that the Lord brought to him. You understand? How else did this happen? This is the same thing that happened with Mary and Joseph. The Lord had Joseph, who was engaged to Mary, but had not had a formal wedding ceremony, meaning the father did not officially give Joseph Mary to marry. He did not officially give her, but they were already engaged. He was already promised to her. Mary is off the market. Nobody else can come and talk to Mary. This is not happened yet, but it's already sure thing. You understand? He's going to marry her. He was not supposed to. That's why I said the Holy Spirit overshadowed her, meaning that the Lord's will, which is what the Holy Spirit is that Joseph have sex with Mary and Mary get pregnant before the marriage ceremony. That was the Lord's will. That's why the angel had to come and give him instructions in Matthew, the 1st chapter, because it's telling you what happened, because this is not what would happen for a king to be born. Everybody knew he had the right to be King David. That's why it lists all of Joseph's lineage in Luke, the 3rd chapter, going all the way back to Adam, and in Matthew, the 1st chapter, going all the way down to Joseph until Christ was born. That's when we get to verse 21 in Matthew 1 and 21. So this happened again. All right. And guess who Adam was? Guess who Adam was? Adam was Christ. Adam was Christ, yes. Before he was the Messiah, Adam was Christ. He was the first man. That's why I said the first Adam became a living soul. The second Adam became a quickening spirit. The first incarnation of Christ was Adam. Then it was Melchizedek. Then it was King Solomon. Then he was Yahweh Shah Hamashiach. You understand? Reincarnation is in the Bible. Even Christ himself is being reincarnated several times. All right? It's just like the rest of us. All right? Keep going wherever we are.
And we're going to 22, verse 22 in the Hebrew. Okay. Wayaban, Yahweh, Elohim, Hatazal, Tazawalai, Tazalai, Hatazalai, Ashar, Laquak, Man, Ha'adam, La'asha.
That's the woman.
Wayaba'a, Al Ha'adam.
He brought her to the man. And the Lord brought her to the man. He set him up. It's like you got a friend, you trying to hook him up, you understand? He brought her to him. Before Adam realized it, Adam had fallen for this woman. They end up having sex. Now they're married. This was the Lord's plan from the very beginning, just like it was with Mary and Joseph. Adam didn't realize it. Adam is working 23-hour days, keeping the garden running, and the Lord caused Adam to slow down and be in a trance for a minute. He's like, Adam, okay, all right, what is that? Okay, all right, but damn, you understand, all right. 2 verses later, Adam is married. You understand? The Lord set the whole thing up. Keep going.
Verse 23. Waya Amar, Ha'adam, Za'ah.
Now, before, here's the thing in our language, and that's why it was kind of a little confusing when we're going back and forth. The word is still the same. His name is Adama. Adama. Or Adama. That's the same word as Adam is the same word as man. It's not a different word. So you can just keep it Adama.
It will still be Adam.
Right, because in English it's saying, and Adam said, Adam is Adama. But it's not spelling it different. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But it's still the same word.
Okay, so it's Adama either way.
Yeah.
Come on. Hapa'aim. Atazam. Ma'atazamya. Wabashar. Mabasharia.
Nah.
Come on.
Mhm.
Laza'ah.
Mhm.
Oh, Yaquara'ah.
Mhm. I'm gonna call
Come. Asha.
woman. I'm gonna call this woman. I'm gonna call her woman. Keep going.
Kaya. Ma'ayash. Laqua. 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 Za'ah.
I'm gonna call her. So now you gotta name her. You gotta name her. The Lord bringing him everything to name. You got this woman. You gotta name her now. Right?
Verse 24. I, Khan, Ya'izab, Ayash, Ah, Abayawa,
His father.
Abayawa,
Mm-hmm.
Wa'ah,
Right.
Amwa,
I think I'm a what?
Amawa, oh, his, Amawa, Wadabak, Wa'ashafwa, Wahayawa, Labashar, Achar, Achad. Verse 25. Wayahayawa. Shanyaham. Shanyaham. Yumwam. No. All right, Wumyam. Good. All right, Wumyam. Ha'adama. Wa'ashakwa. Wala'ah. No, Shabash. Yeah. Shabash. No, Salaki. Bashashwa. Bashashwa. Yeah. Bashashwa. Bashashwa. Yes, Bashashwa. All right. Verse 22 in the English. And the rib which the Most High Power had taken from man, made he a woman, and brought her unto the man. Verse 23. And Adam said, this is now bone of my bones, and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, because she was taken out of man. Verse 24. Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and cleave unto his wife.
This is how you know what happened. Adam went to sleep.
And they shall be one flesh.
They shall be what?
One flesh.
Right. The Lord made a woman and a man so that they fit together perfectly to make one flesh. This is what happened. Adam and Eve. There wasn't no sleep involved. Adam was not asleep. He didn't have one of his ribs taken out of his body. And the Lord made a ghost woman. That's not what happened. Keep going.
Verse 25. And they were both naked, the man and his wife, and were not ashamed.
Right. The man and his wife, it says they were both naked. What is this not saying? This does not mean that they both were without clothes. Why? Because it is a law that you cannot walk around without clothes, which is the opposite of what the Christian church has taught everybody forever about Adam and Eve in the garden. Two naked white people walking around in the flowers, talking to birds and fish, bright sunshine and green grass. That is unlawful. You're not allowed to walk around naked outside, just like you aren't allowed to marry a woman from another nation of people that is not your family. You aren't allowed to eat of the knowledge or take the customs of the other nations of people. These are the exact same commandments that have always been throughout the rest of the Bible. The Lord gave them to Adam. You won't find out what he told Adam until you read the commandments that he told Moses to write down, now that we are a nation. This, once again, is the backstory as to what the Lord is telling Moses happened while he is in the wilderness, in the Exodus, in the book of Exodus, in the wilderness for 40 days, getting these instructions on what to write from the burning bush. This is what we're reading. All right? They were together. They were not ashamed because they did not have any customs of the other nations of people. They didn't have any of their customs. The only thing that they knew was the instructions that the Most High gave them. And a part of those instructions was to not eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. There's trees you can look at, there's trees you can eat, and then there's a different type of tree that says this one is about knowledge and not food or looking. You go to Genesis, the 3rd chapter, here comes the serpent. Here comes the serpent. Few verses into the 3rd chapter, it's all over. It's all over. It was good while it lasted. That was it. All right. So,
Imagine just as a period. La Yasha'ala. Imagine, which means to stand. Wapanya Hakodam, turn and face the east. All right. The Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Kodash. Hayah. Shemka. Yahweh. Malakwatka. Taba'ah. Ratazaka. Ratazaka. Hayah. Aisha. Ba'arataza. Kawa. Hayah. Bashamayim. Nathanaw. Lacham. Kal. Yawam. Wasalach. Kawawafna. Kasalakna. Kawawaf Wala'a. Banasaya 1.
Banasaya 1.
Abal,
Abal.
Hawashinawa,
Hawashana.
Mayan,
Mayan.
Rai,
Rai.
Kaya,
Kaya.
Laka,
Laka.
Hamalakwa,
Hamalakwa.
Wahala'a, Salakia, Waha'ala,
Waha'ala.
Wahatapa, Wahatapa'ara, Wahatapa'ara,
Wahatapa'ara.
La'awalamyam,
La'awalamyam.
Aman,
Amen. And in the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
In earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not. Into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it.
Hakak, the power. Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahushua. Baba Kushah. Nathan Lanau. Hakak. La Rapa'ah. Kal Makala. Wakal Madawa. Hakak. Latahar. Hamatazariah. Hakak. Lahakwi. Hamathian. Hakak. Al-Rakawa. Hatama'ala. Lagarashun. Ba'ashem Yahushua. The water Aman.
In the English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh. Please give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the leper. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahweh. Thank you. So be it.
Bless Israel. Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahushua. Barak Lanau. Wa Yasha'ala.
Wahabaya.
Saparian. Barak. Ba'ashem Yahushua. The water Aman.
Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh. Bless us. And Israel. And the school. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh. Thank you. So be it.
Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah.
Ayanya.
Al-Haharian. Ma'ayan. Yaba'ah. Isaiah. Ma'ain. Yahweh. Aisha. Shemayim. Wa'aratazah. Al-Yathan. Lamawat. Regalka. Al-Yanawam. Shamarka. Hana. La'a. Yanawam. Wala'ah. Yayashun. Shawamar. Yasha'ala. Yahweh. Shamarka. Yahweh. Tazalka. Al-Yad. Yamyanka. Yawamam. Hashamash. La'a. Yakaka. Wayarak. Balayala. Yahweh. Yashamarka. Makal Rai. Yashamar. Apnapashka. Yahweh. Yashamar. Taza'aka. Wabawa'aka. Ma'aitha. Wa'ai. Awalam. Aman.
I will lift up mine eyes unto the hill. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from Yahweh. Which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth
shall
Israel
neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in,
and thy coming in.
from this time forth
From this time forth
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore.
So be it.
So be it. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim.
Alahayim,
Al damayalaka.
Al Damayalaka,
Al thakarash.
Al Thakarash,
Wa al tashakwat.
Wa Al Thashakwat,
Al
Al
kayahana.
Kayahana,
Awayabyaka.
Awayabyaka,
Yahama yawan.
Yahama Yawan,
Wamashanayaka.
Wamashanayaka,
Nasha'awa.
Nasha'awa,
Arak. Ra'ash.
Ra'ash,
Al imaka.
Al Ibaka,
Ya'ara yamwa.
Ya'ara Yamwa,
Sawad.
Sawad,
Wayatayawat. Wayataya tazawa.
Wayataya Aitazawa,
Al tazapawanyaka.
Al Tasapawanyaka,
Amarwa.
Amarwa,
Lakawa.
Lakawa,
Wanakakyada.
Wanakakida,
Magoya.
Magoya,
Wala'a.
Wala'a,
Yazakar.
Yazakor,
Shamya Sha'ala.
Shamya Sha'al,
Awa.
Iwa,
Kaya.
Kaya,
Nawa'ai tazawa.
Nawai Tazawa,
La.
La,
Yakhadwa.
Yakadwa,
Al Yakad.
Al Yaka,
Barya.
Barya,
Yakarakwa.
Yakarakwa,
Ahoya.
Ahoya,
Adawam.
Adawam. That's the easy one.
Wayashama.
You can't stop at the intersection.
Come
There
on.
you go.
Wayashama Salaki.
You pulled back at the last
I
second.
did.
That was it.
Wayashama Aliyam.
Why you see my audience?
What? Mawa'aba.
Mawa'aba,
Wahagariam.
Wahagari,
Gabal.
Gabal,
Wama'ai one. Wa'im one.
Wa'im
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 Palashat.
Palasha,
I'm Yeshabia.
I'm Yeshabia,
Tazawar.
Tazawar,
Gam Ashawar.
Gam Hashavor,
Nalawa.
Nalawa,
Imam.
Imam,
Hayawa.
Hayawa,
Zarawai.
Zerawai,
Labanya Lawat.
Labanya Lawat,
Salah.
Salah,
Ashalaham.
Aishalaham,
Kamadian.
Kamadian, yes,
Kasayasara'a.
Kasaya Sara'a,
Kayabian.
Kayabian,
Banachor.
Manachor,
Kwayashwan.
Kwayashwan,
Nashad. Right. Nashamadwa.
Nashamadwa,
Ba'ayanda Ara.
Ba'ayanda Ara,
Hayawa.
Hayawa,
Daman.
Daman,
La Adama.
La Adama,
Shayathamwa.
Shayatamwa,
Nadayamawa.
Nadayamawa,
Ka'ira.
Ka'ira,
Wakaza'aba.
Wakazaaba,
Wakazabak.
Wakazaba,
Wakatazalmana.
Wakatazalmana,
Kal Nasayam. Kal
Ka,
Nasayam.
Kam,
Kal Nasayakamwa.
Kal Nasayakamwa,
Ashur. Kal Nasayakamwa.
Kal Nasayakamwa,
Ashur.
Ashur,
Amarwa.
Amarwa,
Nayarash. Nayarasha. Nayarasha.
Nayarasha,
Lanawa.
Lanawa,
Ah. Na'awa.
Na'awa,
Alahayim.
Alahaya,
Alahaya.
Alahaya,
Shayathamwa.
Shayatamwa,
Kagalgala.
Kagalgala,
Kakwash.
Kakwash,
Lapanya Raha.
Lapanya Raka,
Ka'ash.
Ka'ash,
Taba'ira Ya'ira.
Taba'ira Ya'ira,
Wakala Abba.
Wakalahaba,
Wakala Abba.
Wakalahaba,
Salahat.
Salahat,
Haryam.
Haryan,
Khan.
Khan,
Saradatma.
Saradatma,
Basairaka. Basairaka.
Basairaka.
Wabasawapaka.
Wabasawapaka.
Sabahalam.
Tabahalam.
Mala'a.
Mala'a.
Panyaham.
Panyaham.
Qualawan.
Qualawan.
Wayabakwashwa.
Wayabakwashwa.
Shamka.
Shemka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yabashwa.
Yabashwa.
Wayabahal.
Wayabahal.
Wayabahawa.
Wayabahawa.
Ayai.
Ayai.
Wayahaparwa.
Wayahaparwa.
Wayabadwa.
Wayabadwa.
Wayadaiwa.
Wayadaiwa.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Atha.
Atha.
Shamka.
Shemka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Labadka.
Labadka.
Al Yawan.
Al Yawan.
Al.
Al.
Ka.
Ka.
Ha-Arakaza.
Arakaza.
Aman.
Aman. In the English, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O
And
Yahweh.
hold not thy peace.
And hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
For lo,
Thine
thine enemies make a tumult.
enemies make a
And
tumble.
they that hate thee
And they that hate
have
thee
lifted up their head.
have lifted up their
They
head.
have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people.
against thy people
And consulted
and consulted
against thy hidden one.
against thy hidden one.
They have said,
They have said,
come,
come,
and let us cut them off
and let us cut them
from
off
being a nation.
from being a nation.
That the name of Israel
That the name of Israel
may be no more in remembrance.
may be no more remembered.
For they have consulted together
For they have consulted together
with one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against
They
thee.
are confederate against
The
thee.
tabernacles of Edom,
The tabernacles of Edom
and the Ishmaelites,
and the
of
Ishmaelites
Moab,
of Moab
and the
and
Hagarenes,
the Hagarenes,
Gabal,
Gabal
and Ammon,
and Ammon
and Amalek,
and
the
Amalek,
Philistines,
the Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Asher also is joined with them.
Asher also is joined with
They
them.
have hope in the children of Lot.
They have opened the children of Lot.
Salah,
Salah,
do unto them
do unto them
as unto the Midianites,
as unto the
as
Midianites,
to Sisera,
as to
as
Sisera,
to Jabin,
as to
and
Jabin,
the brook of Kison,
at the brook of
which
Kison,
perished at Endor.
which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like a red,
Make their nobles like a
and
red,
like Zaed,
and like the head.
yea,
Yea,
all their princes,
all their
as
princes,
Zabah,
and
and
Zabah,
as Zalmunna,
and as Amun,
who said,
who said,
let us take to ourselves
let us say to
the
ourselves,
houses of Yahweh in possession.
the houses of Yahweh in possession.
O my power,
Oh, my power,
make them like a wheel,
make them like a
as
wheel,
the fire burneth the like, as the stubble before the wind,
as the stubble before the wind,
as the fire burneth the wood,
as the fire burneth the
and
wood,
as the flame sets the mountains on fire.
and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempest,
So persecute them with thy
and
tempest,
make them afraid with thy storm.
and make them afraid with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame,
Fill their faces with
that
shame,
they may seek thy name.
that they may seek thy name.
O Yahweh,
O Yahweh,
let them be confounded
let them be
and
confounded
troubled forever.
and troubled forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to shame
let them be put to shame
and perish,
and perish,
that men may know
that men may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone
whose name
is
alone
Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
art the most high
art the most high
over all the earth.
over all the earth.
So be.
So be it. The blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Wa Yahweh Shah.
Wa Yahweh Shah.
Wa Mayaka Allah.
Wa Mayaka Allah.
Wa Alahayim.
Wa Alahai.
Matazab Ya'ah.
Matazab Yah.
Alawak Yahana.
Alawak Yahana.
Ha Alawakim.
Ha Alawakim.
Ha Saranyam.
Ha Saranyam.
Ha Kwatazayanyam.
Ha Kwatazayanyam.
Ha Kayayoyam.
Ha Kayayoyam.
Wa Akwakyam.
Wa Ha Akwakim.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah.
Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah.
The Wada Aman.
The Wada Aman. In the English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shah.
And Yahweh Shah.
And Michael.
And Mike.
And the angels.
And the angel.
Commanding General Yahan.
Commanding General Yahan.
The general.
The general.
The captain.
The captain.
The officer.
The officer.
The trooper.
The troopers.
And the sister.
And the sister.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Earth. Blessed are you, Yahweh.
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
King of heaven and earth.
King of heaven and
And
earth.
all things living.
And all things living.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
Listen to us now.
Listen to us now.
Right now.
Right now.
Send evil and curses.
And evil and curse.
And punishment and destruction.
And punishment and destruction.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
That speak against us.
That speak against us.
Thy prophets.
Thy prophets.
The teachers.
The teachers.
The princes.
The princes.
The Israelite brothers.
The Israelite brothers.
And the school.
And the school.
Send evils and curses.
And evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
And punishment and destruction.
To the Edomites.
To the Edomites.
And the nations.
And the nation.
The drug system.
The drug system.
Court and prison system.
Court and prison system.
Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies,
all the governments of our enemies,
Amalek synagogues and armies,
Amalek synagogues and armies,
Roman Catholic Church,
Roman Catholic Church,
Pope in Islam,
Egyptology,
militia,
Christianity,
Aryan Nation,
skinheads,
Ku Klux Klan, Posse Comitatus, alternative lifestyle movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, Army and Navy, Air Force Marine, Space Force, Wall Street, open up the internet, and all like it. NASA space program, open up the internet, and the airwaves, cable access channel, and the radio channel, convict the spirit of many of thy people that seek to stop us, and bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way, or try to stop us, from broadcasting your word throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plague shake the house of the thief and the unalive. Let Yahushua, Michael and Gabriel, come down with the flying saucers and punish all the heathen that come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all that it is the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media throughout the whole world. Cause it to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you always. So be it.
Bless Israel in the Hebrew, Yahweh.
Pray to.
The prayer to bless Israel?
Yeah.
Come. So the prayer to bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem Yahushua. Barak Lanau. Wa Yasha'Allah. Wahabayah. Saparium. Barak. Rapa'ah. Salaki. Rapa'ah.
It's Rapah.
Rapa'ah?
Yeah.
Rapa'ah. Magun Hagun. Ba'ashem Yahushua. The water Amun.
What we just said was the Most High, the name Yahushua. Bless Israel in school. Bless, heal, shield, and protect our loved ones in the name of Yahushua. Thank you, and so be it.
Sorry, which means turn.
Shot.
Oh, you shot me.
Yes, you shot.
Oh, it's a lot. Right. That's what I'm trying to find. Nope, right here. Please close on. Wait a minute. Okay, so I can. Okay.
No.
But you would say.
Yes.
Oh, Salaki.
Right. This concludes the Sabbath service. Men of Israel, 1 courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Amadi Shabbat.
Oh, sorry.
Amadium, Barak.
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Barakatah.
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Barakatah. Daddy Matah. Saw, which means to turn. Sister Amadi, which means to stand. Men of Israel, going to give 1 courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Amadi Shabbat. Amadium, Barak.
Yahweh Shamar Alatah Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Yahweh Shamar. Yahweh Shamar. Alathon Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Daddy Matah. Last dismiss. Hey, make sure you pay your time.